All right, we're gonna do limit this morning. Um, Again, limits are like it's part of pre-calculus or calculus, and it can be hard to understand, but once you get it, it'll be super easy for you. And really, the English word and the math word are really close, so that's a help. But because basically the limit is the y value at which the equation will not reach. And what do I mean by that? So if we look at y equals x plus 5, there's a couple ways we can do this, but why not draw it so you can see what it looks like? And then the question is, when you look at this graph, as I keep getting bigger and bigger on the x-axis, what's going on with the y-axis? It's going up, right? And it's going up the same value because we know that by the slope. So basically, if x went to infinity, since y is going up at the same speed, we could say that if x goes to infinity, y goes to infinity, right? So the limit on y is there is no limit. It's just infinity, right? Now, this y equals the square root of x is a little different kind of animal because you'll see that, let's say, if we were to start plotting this, if we stuck 1 in for x, the square root of 1 would be 1, right? So here's that part. But then let's go to 4. We can do a little table real quick if we want to be like nice and neat. So here's 1, 1. But if we went to 4, the square root of 4 is 2, right? So then we go, let's see, I don't know, let's just call this 4. And we're just going to go to 2, though. And look how this graph is starting to flatten, right? So let's just skip to maybe 100. Well, the square root of 100 is 10. So if this is 1, this is probably, oh yeah, we said this is 4. But we're looking at, something way over there. But this graph is just kind of flattening off. So, and if we were just to eyeball this, right, we'd say, okay, let's just say this is 100, and this was our 10. We'll just have to ignore this for now. Let's say this was our 10, right? Well, we'd say, okay, well, it reached that. But if we keep getting the numbers bigger, what about 1 million, right? What's the square root of 1 million? 1,000? Hit that old square rooter. Yep, 1,000. So it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. But what do we notice about it? Do you think that the limit on x is infinity? I mean, I think so. Right? Because it keeps going higher. No matter how high we get this, the same thing will apply. Now, quickly, well, yeah, you can always go back if you need that. All right. So, but what if we had right? And I'll show you a trick too. So y equals 100 over x minus 1. If we started to put values in here, right? Well, 1 would be undefined. That's very important. So here, that we're just going to do something like Now let's go over here. Let's put like, this is how they teach it to you in the originals and the way I remember it. And so let's do what we did up top and put a crazy number up there. Let's try 100,000, right? So 100,000 minus 1 is 100 divided by 99999. which approximates what? Which gets to where? Because it's gonna be there, but it's not gonna quite be there. So let's do 100 divided by 9999999. See how it gets to 0.001? Again, let's go over here. Let's try this. Let's try 10 million. Alright, let's put squigglies and 0.001. Alright, so let's go. That's 10 million minus 1. Okay, so we're gonna go 100 divided by 9999999. Right. Okay. So then, the decimal. So what it gave us is it gave us 0.00005. If I read that correctly. Nope. Let's go back here. What? So look what's going on here. Notice anything yet? Well, let's say at 100K, it was like here, and then at 10 million, which is a lot of those 100Ks, it was down. It was down. But let's go back. Let's put 2. Let's see if we can fit 2 in here. And 2 would be 100 over 1, right? Because you get 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2 is 100. So again, if we go back to like 2, it's going to be way up here. Alright, so that graph looks like this, right? So here's what I'm noticing. This is really close to 0 to 100,000. At 10 million, it gets a lot closer to 0. But the question is, will this ever hit 0? And I believe that question is no. So the limit here would be, or one of them would be 0. And then let's see. Let's be specific here. Let me change my definition too. So the limit 0, this will never touch 0, it'll also never touch what? And to pay that off, just the limit x equals 0, and then the limit y equals what? Remember, if we put 1 in here, this is 0, so it goes undefined. So we know that it'll never be 1. So the long and short of it is, it's the x or y value that the equation will not reach. And to do that, you can either look at the graph and see how it kind of levels off, or you can just put absurd values or crazy values in for x and see what you get for y, and then that'll tell you how close or far you get from it.